Hi all, welcome to another chess24 Banter Blitz. It's 11:30 in the UK at the moment. Just showing you my first, my premium code here, voucher code, Kingscrusher, gives you 15% off if you want to challenge me or other streamers and have all the full features of chess24. So let's go on to the challenge screen and mute that over there. Okay, so challenges. Sebi, a strong challenge to start off with. I mean, as in over 2200. Okay, so I'm going to try and I've played this before. Bishop b5, bishop d6. I've had this before a few times against certain players. There's one I've played a lot in 5 minute with this. He usually plays knight a3, and there's actually knight a5, I think, is the theory to stop knight c4. So knight a3 with the idea of knight c4. But here, I think I'm okay at the moment. This looks okay for the moment. Now this looks like Greek gift time, actually, on bishop h2. I have to check this out. Knight g4. It looks pretty dangerous. I don't want to pass up the opportunity for a Greek gift. This is a real one of my big gigantic point scorers on bullet chess, the Greek gift. I seem to be winning every day with a Greek gift. It's that frequent. I think I probably should do a video series on it. It's a specific type of tactical combination which either brings out the king or it looks like a vicious attack here. I mean, just intuitively it looks like a vicious attack. On king g3, bringing out the king, there's things like h5, h4. If the king goes into the firing line, there's things like knight takes e3, check, winning the queen. So the queen can also be a target. On king g1, there's the soft spot f2. So if queen h4, rook moves, I can probably either play queen h2, rook f1. It looks as though queen h1 is dangerous, but also I could take on f2 first. And that looks dangerous, because if I chipped away at that first, check, maybe there's all sorts of dangerous things here. This is a really dangerous thing, the Greek gift. I think basically in the opening, knight a3 is a critical try. I think this is very, very promising here. h5 for h4 check. I mean, I might be wrong. There might be some nuances in this position that I'm not aware of. Maybe I'm being optimistic. It's always possible to be optimistic, overly optimistic in chess, because there's a huge resolution of resources available. But here, if we look at white's pieces, okay, there's that. Now, if check king f3, so if I want to stop king f3, queen e4, f3, h4, I think this is the way to go. Queen takes e4, just to stop king f3. And now I can play this check here. And I can play my discovered check, or knight f2. Knight takes e3, discovered check. And I think queen g6, and there's queen e2. Queen g3, king g1. Maybe I've done this wrong. There is queen. Hang on. There's queen e3. Okay, it needs calculation here. Hang on a sec. Check. I've got a check here, haven't I? So check. I've got a check there. I think that saves my queen. I'm going to take the queen after. This looks good. This looks good. As good positions go. I've had worse with the black pieces. Okay, thanks. But the Greek gift is a top point scorer for me, I have to say, especially on bullet chess. Thanks so much, Peter. So as a tactical weapon, I think certain middle game books I've read in the past have featured it as its own theme, the Greek gift. Which is funny. My parents happen to be from Cyprus, so Greek origin myself. So it's funny to have a tactic in chess named after the Greeks. That's great, the Greek gift. So that's great as well. Okay, so let's go. So knight f3. I think probably etymology, maybe the Trojan horse is a form of Greek gift, when the Trojan horse was given as a gift, and inside it were soldiers hidden in the Trojan horse, and that's why I think some viruses are called Trojan horses, because they're deceptive. They get through the enemy defense, and then you regret it after. Trojan horses, worms. I think they named like computer viruses over the concept as well. So it's used quite a lot, actually. Greek gift, Trojan horse, that sort of thing. Okay, so I'm happy with this. Smith-Morra is one of the most respectable gambit openings in chess. I believe one of the soundest, especially I think it's totally ideal for 5-minute chess. So it doesn't really matter what you see, I think, in Super GM games, because that's one day. You should probably ignore that for 5-minute chess. This is a gambit for 5-minute chess, I believe, is very, very strong. But I could slip up here. I think queen b3 sometimes is good, sometimes it's not. Hitting f7 and b7. In some instances it's not. When they have things like knight a5, I'm not sure knight a5 here. No, I just take on. So he plays e6, queen b7, knight a5. I think that's my main point. If knight a5 is effective or not. Queen b3, e6 is black okay? That's the question. Because this is often a missed move. Queen b3, hitting b7 and f7 when bishop g4 is played like that. I could play to queen b4. Rook b8. I don't know if I'm getting in trouble there, actually. I wonder if e5 first. Knight takes, bishop takes, bishop f7 is mate. e5 first there, d takes, queen b3. How does that change the picture? Let's say e6, queen b7, knight a5. Does that change the picture significantly? You know what, I'll give it a go. There's something not quite. There's something fishy about the position, I think, here. On d takes e5. I think wrenching open the d file has something to it. Something fishy about this. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be just losing a pawn. Yeah, I could be wrong. It's it's possible. I'm not forced to play queen takes b7 for a start though. So on e6, given I'm not forced to play queen b7, just look around here for some other possibilities. Bishop g5. Bishop g5, rook 81. Knight e5. Don't think knight e5 doesn't seem right. Takes to have my back row exposed. Bishop g5, knight g5. Look at a few candidate. I'm sort of doing a brute force here, looking at a few candidate moves after e6. Bishop g5, queen b7. Knight. Yeah, intuitively, knight e5 is the least favourable because I'm creating my own weaknesses here. Bishop g5 seems positive intuitively because it's developing pieces, it's bringing the rooks into the action. Is he just going to consolidate with bishop e7 or even double the pawns first? Bishop g5 on e6, e6 bishop g5. I could just get my pawn back. It might be worth actually to get rid of that defender actually. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. Even though I didn't initially think it's favourable, actually I'm covering d1 adequately. The back row is not an actual exploitable issue right now. I think the key thing is to try and weaken this diagonal. let's say knight takes, rook takes, bishop here, check, or there's queen b7. Queen b7, he could just castle. I think black should be okay here, just taking or something, and then bishop e7, ignoring this pawn, and then just castling. Should be okay. The danger is spending too much time in the blitz game, though. On a critical position, yeah. Right, bishop f4 threatens rook e6 here. That looks like a move which I really want to play anyway. To threaten rook e6 now, for bishop takes c7. Mind you, there's bishop d6. I mean, I might have to get tactical now. I have to find something on bishop d6. That's a shame. There might be something. Right, I can just play rook e6 now. I'm not pre-moving. There might be queen e7. I'm not pre-moving that. Well, I think that was good news overall. I think I'll just retract the rook. Job done. Yeah, that was a slip up, I believe, from my opponent. So I don't mind giving up a knight here to keep the king in the centre. Let's play for rook d1 with multiple pins. Rook d1, multiple pins is good enough for me, I think, at the moment. I'll just take that. Alright, thanks, Peter. Okay, Kaz. So I'm playing my pet knight c6, little pet system. Knight c6, d6. I think I've seen the Magnus Carlsen Rapid game recently. He played this as well. So that reassured me that this position, going into Pietz, might be acceptable. Even if, yeah, they ignore the tangoing. This is acceptable to just go into Pietz. I mean, why not? It's a routine with this structure. It's a routine. I think it's legitimate. It's a reasonable. It's not lost out of the opening. Okay, so e5 is a bit committal. I feel exposed on the d-file. I'm sure he'd just take. Yeah. There's certain IMs which love these positions with a small edge. They're all pain to play. When they just take and play the most boring symmetrical pawn structures with white. Probably the influence of computers or something. I don't know. So bishop g4. Okay, I don't want to like have everything exchanged off just yet. So bishop g4. So let's try and stop. Or maybe play for knight e4 here. What do I think of the candidates tournament so far? It's had some very exciting games. My favourite, of course, is the rook g8 game, which I think I've actually played a very similar 3-minute game 2 years ago to Kramnik's kind of new immortal game in the Berlin. I played a very, very similar idea of the hack attack 3 years ago. 2 years ago. It's weird how patterns. Because my mystery about it is chess-based live book. I used to consider what people play in chess-based live book as really dynamic, aggressive stuff, and now I'm thinking I don't know anymore. It's changed my mind, because it looks like such a logical attacking move, and no one's like played it that much at high levels. And I'm thinking, do they all just copy each other or something without much originality? I was really stunned from the chess space live perspective. This rook g8 wasn't so popular. It just seemed really logical. And I'm so I don't know, the idea that there's all this dynamic stuff being played in the openings. I'm not entirely sure now. I think maybe what's going to drive dynamic, aggressive opening players is stronger and stronger chess engines, which are more and more dynamic, and people will just play those moves, and then those will be followed by other people. But yeah, the rook g8, I don't know. But you see, Aronian, I don't think was in his favourite territory, and he was up against the #1 Berlin defence player in the world, who even neutralised Kasparov in that classic Brain Games match with the Berlin, which I went to see actually with some friends, one or two of those games in London. So yeah, that was the end of like Kasparov, unfortunately, when he played like the same thing all the time with e4, and it's like he was passing over his crown to Kramnik without much resistance in a way. But anyway, so the Berlin sort of got born in that match, but that immortal game stands out. It's really funny, because I've always considered it one of the dullest openings ever. The killer of any fun of any World Championship match has been the Berlin defence. But it's funny, isn't it strange that it turns out to be the most exciting game of the entire candidates so far as well, in this Berlin defence, played in, funny enough, Berlin. So that's funny. I don't know if they set it up like that. The most exciting game. Maybe it's an advert for Berlin or something. Maybe it's like advertising or something for Berlin holidays or something. Okay. So anyway, for some reason, Aronian did play e4. Was in a territory he was not that comfortable with, in my view, relatively speaking, and just got. It's like he was playing like Paul Morphy or something. It's just out of the. Because even people have said Paul Morphy played this when he was about 13 years old as well, the same sort of way as Black as well. So this clarity, attacking clarity, there are positions where you can sort of seem to break most of the rules of not castling and piece development. It's what you can get away with, basically. The idea of what you can get away with is, I think, what engines explore, because they don't have the rules like we do, the constraints, the shackles, the imprisonment of ideas. Engines will just find the most precise moves in a particular position, which the position itself gives a license of some sort to be creative, the exact position you're in. And that's, to me, one of the big beauties of chess, that because it's so position sensitive, the paradox is you can gain loads and loads of experience, but you could have just shackled yourself in a prison, because you're following all these rules of fun, whatever, and then you realise one day chess-based livebook isn't what it is, which I thought was this dynamic source of opening moves. It's a big letdown after that as well. So yeah, there's some awakenings for me personally about the candidates and opening theory. I don't know. I think it's we need to wait for the super intelligent chess engines, and they'll rewrite our opening books. Basically, they will totally rewrite them, because they won't have any preconceptions about the game. So anyway, I'm getting a bind here, aren't I? If I just double the rooks, I'm overprotecting e4. Yeah, I don't know why. Personally, overprotection is underestimated by certain GMs as a concept, as if it's like ridiculed or something. I think it's to me, it's always been a perfectly clear concept. Overprotection. If I'm overprotecting e4, there's a very, very clear Nimzovich example of overprotecting e4 or e5 as well. It restrains f3, and literally it does. The variations demonstrate I've constrained f3, right? I don't know why this would be such subjects of mockery to overprotect a central point. I don't know why certain GMs have been mocking that. I just don't get it, really. I don't know if they've been reading other stuff, with more enthusiasm. Anyway, thanks Kaz. Okay, so on am. So let's see, on am, I'll play knight c6. Well, I used to think it was nearly invincible as well. So all the GMs were getting onto the Berlin bandwagon, and I think it is one of the major causes of shift from one e4 to all the Catalan systems, the Berlin, because that position where black gets the bishop, having the king and center in one of the main lines is it seems fair enough, and it seems as though it's a really good, at least, drawing weapon. So I don't think people wanted to waste their white pieces, basically. So I think that causes also the shift, to Catalan stuff as well in recent years at the high levels. I thought it was a bit weird, actually, that what were primarily e4 players, if you look at Adams and Shaw, all of a sudden they're playing, quiet stuff with white, quieter stuff. Maybe it's just a theory of stuff like the Berlin, which kind of equalizes with black quite easily, potentially. So they want to stretch their natural talents and not have it game played on such a theoretical basis. But I thought that was a bit weird because they were earlier. I just thought they were just e4 players before. But you start looking at the top British players in Gibraltar, and there's all sorts of openings. Okay. So here, I wonder if I could be in a little bit of trouble here. I could be in a little bit of trouble. Hold on a sec. Knight c5. Okay, at least the brakes are put on e5 at the moment. Knight c5. Okay, he's giving me back the e5 square. Do I take that? Probably. I'll take the e5 square. Do I take away from this? Maybe this is a special case. I'm going to get forked, royally forked here, if I'm not careful. If I move this bishop. But on the other hand, it could be a lesser evil because f6 is exposed on the f file. On the other hand, queen e7, and I'm keeping e6 intact. So big trade-off decisions here between weakening e6 or weakening f6. I think overall I might be able to get away with weakening f6. I'm going to try and get away with weakening f6. The general rule is pawns capturing towards the center as well. The specifics here, that the f file looks a little bit scary. Queen e7, knight g8 if needed. So knight f5 might be on the cards. Knight g8. Knight f5. Knight g8. I think I'm banking on knight g8 at the moment. Knight g8 would seem as though, if I play knight g8, I'm losing d6. Hold on a sec. Maybe better d5 for a moment. I don't want to lose d6. This is scary. If he took queens and takes d6, that's not very. That's not all sunshine and happiness. If I just protect my queen here. A4 is also hanging, of course. That's a bit scary. I don't know. Scary. I wonder knight g4. f6, knight f6. Knight g4 could be a good punt. I'm threatening after the exchange of queens, and that'll be optimistic, but knight e3. Alright, fg here. Now that e6 is not a major concern, fg seems viable. Is he now? torturing my e5 with a pin. Knight fg4 hits his queen. Takes. There would be a trick, knight d3 sometimes, winning e1 sometimes. The pinner could be exploited here, potentially in some variations. I think with knight d3 later. But let's imagine knight g4 takes. I'd be threatening knight d3. If rook e1, so rook e1, knight g4, takes. Right, so knight g4 here. Holding up e5, hitting his queen. Hoping for a later knight d3. One thing I do like is I've blunted this bishop. There is b5 now. h3, b5, h3. Do I need b5? I could play rook f1 and just get the things off. I'll play rook f1 for a moment. Can I afford knight h2, snagging this pawn? The knight could just return back, couldn't it? To g4. Now hold on. I'm going to get mated on h6 if I'm not careful. Knight, maybe the other one. Oh, there's knight d3 now for queen e1. Knight d3 check. Queen e1. CD queen e1. I believe. Try and get this other pawn on g2, I think. Oh, if you let me. Alright, the check here then. Alright, thanks for the game, Olam. That was scary for a bit. Zoom missed. No, Joker piano. It's the Kramnik game. Sorry, it's the Kramnik game effect. It's the Kramnik game. I'm thinking I was being playful with this stuff, and then Kramnik takes me seriously. Yeah, he's supposed to be positional. I don't know if you guys see the irony of it. That I've always, my insecurity has been not playing like Kramnik. Then one day Kramnik shatters my world and plays like me. I don't know if you guys think that's funny, but it's been one of my insecurities. I'm not positional like Kramnik, and then he plays like me. So I'm thinking I was right all along. Yeah, Kramnik is about king safety a lot, as well as amazing prophylaxis positional play. Yeah. So anything I do, I'm sure he's watching this game like a hawk. Anything I do here with g5, yeah. Kramnik students watching? Kramnik students, are you watching there? G5, yeah. Yeah, this is the way to go because it's king safety. It overrides any positional considerations. If I can get away with this, I'm playing it. Yeah, it's what you can get away with. Yeah. Do you think the rich people pay tax? No, it's what they can get away with. That's a little joke. I really did throw the joke there, yeah. Maybe I'm going too far with the jokes today. Okay. So anyway, ignore that, yeah. F5 could be a real penalty here. I must admit F5 could be a real penalty, yeah. If he played knight h4. going to put a pawn on f5. I'm not exactly terrified. Yeah, these outposts are supposed to be with pieces usually to fill the pain. If you've got a pawn outpost, I'm not feeling the pain. Okay. So now I'm just going to castle queenside. Yeah, I can still castle, right? No. Did I move my king somewhere? Where did I move my king? Hang on. What's going on here? Let me just review this game. What? Did I move my king earlier? Hang on. What the heck? Oh yeah, I moved the rook! I moved the rook! Right, sanity check. Okay. Sorry. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, now I'm really cracking up. It's the Kramnik effect. Sorry, now I'm really cracking up. I think king f8 might be a good king safety. King f8, given that I can't castle now, apparently. All right. King f8, rook e8. Okay. Try and get back to reality. Rook e8, h4, g3. Okay, rook e8. Okay, this is my evil plan. Yeah. Except he's going to get the light square. He's going to get e4. This is going to be painful, isn't it? He gets e4 now. I'm not going to be laughing now, am I? Okay, when he gets e4, mind you, it looks a little bit like Benoni. That's the thing going for this. It looks like a Benoni position in a way. If I can get a knight to c5, I'll be happy. If I can clamp down on the dark squares, get a knight to c5. a5, play this like Benoni. Knight b4 to a6 to c5. Then crash through with e4 later. That's my strategic plan. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, a5, knight b4, knight a6. See, I can play positioning. I'm thinking of a positional maneuver. Yeah, positional. a5. This is positional. Knight b4 to a6 to c5. Positional. Yeah. See, I'm not just a street hustler. Yeah. All the time. Yeah. Okay, so a5, knight b4 is a golden positional plan, you know. Which has been ruined now with this move. He's taking away my c5 square. This is so unfair. This is just out of order. So unfair. I don't know what I've done to deserve that, and he's actually improved his pieces now. Oh dear. What can I do now? I'm in trouble. Maybe knight a5. Crikey. Do I have to make this some weird pawn sack? Oh no, I'm scared. Okay, there's also queen b7 lurking around. Alright, I'm going to play for this little pawn gambit to try and solve my problems now. Oh, he's got a5. No, I can take that. Alright, so rook b8, b7, rook a7. b7, rook a7. Okay, am I worried? If I take here, should I be worried? a5, rook b5. Finally a5. Unless I missed one of his threats with that move. Did that move unveil some sort of secret threat? Maybe not. And unpinning the knight. Threatening knight b4. Kick the queen back. If queen c4, there's rook c6. If queen b3, I think I'm getting back in the game on queen b3 intuitively. So knight b4 looks like a nice... Oh, crikey. Alright, can I not just take that? What horrible things happen there if I just take this? I'll have to find out. Okay. Okay. Oh, f4. That leads to something, does it? Rook b2, though, is another pawn. I suppose I lose c6 after. So what about knight b4 for a moment? Knight b4. Or rook b2. Rook c6 doesn't look very pleasant, really. Okay. I think knight before it is. I think. Hitting the bishop for a moment. Can I play this now? Right, this is on my b8. I don't think there's a major invasion plan there. Can I just move this for a moment? Get out of the way tactically. Alright, try and hold that e7. I can't hold e8 though at the same time. Oh crikey, it gets very scary because it's got queen, almost queen b8 after. Oh no, hang on. I'll stop the queen going in. If rook moves rook e7, okay, rook e7 there. Crikey, this is getting scary. Right, it's queen e1, friend. Right, getting the queens off f6, I can play rook f6. Alright. Okay. That was scary. That was scary. Okay. Thanks. You had me scared. Okay, so the scared award goes to that game for the moment. Very scared award of the day, of the session. Okay. This is a 3-minute game, huh? Give me a centre pawn. e4 looks good. If e4, d4, that bishop is not great there. I'll get the queens off. We'll go into e3. Knight g5, h6. I'm going to go into e3 at some point. I'll not take too long about this. Oh, I don't know about here. So you take. Alright, I can welcome these weaknesses. Yeah. Okay, f4 looks vulnerable. I'll maneuver a knight into f4 here. Like this. This is a good little route. Knight e7 to g6 to f4. Except I lose e5. Technical issue. e5 would drop. I wanted to get out of that pin just there. b4 first, I think, and then rook b6. If I play that, then there's bishop c5. Close out that bishop for a moment. Protect a6 now. Alright, this knight f5 could be dangerous. Or that. Okay. Can I do this? Okay. That holds. Okay. Let's go here. Is there knight e7 check? Oh, this is a bit scary. Knight e7 check. Or there. There's king h7 there. Carnivorous king time. King's popping out for dinner here. To these attacking pieces. One of the problems of attacking the opponent's king, you could end up with loose pieces. Like playing parking tickets or something. These loose pieces now. Ready to be munched. Okay. Yeah, take with the king, not with the pawn. I don't want to lose f6. Start protecting here. f6. Knight g4. If rook f2, knight g4. Rook f2. Okay. It's getting scary, I must admit. Scary award number 2 here. There is knight g4 for rook f3 to try and extinguish the attacking pieces. Oh, hang on. Then g7. Knight g5 I'd take on g6 anyway. So for a moment, actually can I play knight e4 then to stop knight g5 anyway? Hit f3. So stop knight g5. There's rook f2. Okay, I think this rook would like to be part of the action. Or the other knight. Okay. Nice. No, it's not check. E3 looks good. Coming up. And knight f5 looks good as well. Rook b5 looks good. Okay, bringing this rook looks good. To the centre. G6 looks good. I'll take that. Oh, this check looks good. Weaving and mating that here. Rook g2. Well, that's handy. I'll take that. Right, got me down to 26 seconds. Exciting, thanks. And it was a bit scary. Okay, well done. So, Blitz Messer. Okay. Now, clearly this is a Trojan horse player. He's put his rating down to that level to give me a full sense of security. I'm on full alert here. Okay, full red alert. I mean, he's trying to mess with my mind, hence Messer. Messing with my mind. The mind's Messer. But is he moving? Okay, we're going to have to go on to the next game, actually. Okay, another time then. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, we got a game. Okay. Good so far. Yes, naughty intentions, Queen e7. Where do I want bishop? White's going to castle, yeah? I'm hoping White will castle now. Nope. Okay, I'll take her. I went for a game recently where Bishianen gave up both bishops, but this bishop was dead on the king side. So having the bishop pair might not be that great sometimes. Depends on the position. How imprisoned one of the bishops could be. Opponent disconnected. Unless I'm disconnected. Oh, crikey. Don't tell me my internet's gone. It would be unfortunate for me to lose connection. Yeah. All right. I will take the opportunity to double pawns. Because I think I could keep this locked down, this position. I'm hoping I can keep it locked down for a moment. Right. Disconnected again. I haven't really got anything here at the moment. Oh well, okay, thanks for the game, Blitzmesser. Alright, Kramnik student. Let's try C4. I think he's done well against my Smith-Morrow Gambit sometimes. Quick D4, yeah, sometimes it's more passive than this. This looks as though something's not quite right about this already. I don't think white's usually this active with D4. Might be mistaken. Knight C6 here is almost tempting. Takes. I had bishop E8 and queen D6. Rook B8. Rook takes. Any takes. Takes them that way. I don't know. I might give this a punt. There's a Vichy Anand Rapid game recently where he got at least like 2 free pawns, knight and bishop and a rook. Giving up knight and bishop for a rook. So that's been ignored, huh? Wow. Did he really trust me on that? He trusted me on that, did he? Okay. Knight B5 now threatened. I think that was a key pawn, because now there's exposure on diagonal. That was a key shielding pawn, surely. This looks very pleasant now. So bishop F4 here looks very pleasant, or bishop E3. And bishop E3. Maybe I can even play bishop D4, point at the king a bit. Bishop D4 holds the C3 pawn. My initial point was to try and discourage the use of the C5 square. Right, okay. That is slightly annoying. Now with rook B2 here. There's no bishop a3 for a moment, is there? I can just take that off. Bishop d4 on rook d8. Now there might be an idea of... Later I was visualizing this queen here, but it's illegal. e4 and queen h5. Okay, so bishop d4 now. e4, bishop e4, bishop f, rook e4. Nothing there just yet. b7's hanging here. b7. Is it worth taking on b7? Bishop c6. Where does the rook go? Alright, f3 e4 looks interesting. f3 e4 plan. I can play bishop c5. What about just e3? Maybe e3 is more solid. e3. Right. So queen f3 here. I don't want to get too down on the clock. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing actually here. What am I doing here? This knight could be a pain. Maybe rook d2. Oh no, I lose that one. Yeah, the knight's a pain. Rook b1. What about rook b1? a2 doesn't seem that relevant. Right. And queen f5 here. There's a sort of thing going on potentially. No, I don't think that's relevant really. I like the position, but I just don't know how to proceed at the moment. I welcome weaknesses though. Keep my queen around here. Pawns don't go backwards. So even though I've got no plan, I know that pawns don't go backwards. So any weaknesses with pawn moves, I could protect the queen here, just in case there's tactics upcoming. Although, hang on, let's take control of d3. Alright, can I get a rook on the... Alright, can I do this? Or maybe I do want to play f3. Or knight a7 at some point. Oh, bishop e5. Was bishop e5 winning a piece? It wins a load of material. Bishop e5. Rook d8. One loads of material. Two rooks on the bishop. Okay, there is problem with the knight though. Oh, I just messed up with that knight. Oh. Oh. I've had it. Personally, and this e6 saves the day. Nope, I've had it. Oh, that was lucky. Draw escape. That was really mega exciting. I must admit, it was a bit of a thriller. For some reason, if my knight was hanging, that would have been a good combination. Because losing the knight, that wasn't a good idea. I thought I was getting a load of pieces for the queen. It was wrong. It was wrong. Yeah, well played, and thanks for the I don't know, accidental repetition there. Okay. Okay. Crikey. Wow. Oh no, that was on the jaws of the feet. I was in the jaws there of the defeat. I assumed I was going to lose on time. I was definitely in the jaws of defeat there. So the threefold it seems to help. Sorry. It's good. These technical rules aren't they fun? Threefold repetition. They're implemented. Oh, they're good, aren't they? Especially if you're about to lose on time. That's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible, isn't it? Okay. Anyway. Okay. So anyway. Oh, crikey. There's so much more adrenaline in Blitz Chess than one-day games, you know. Yeah, I'm wondering, why didn't I take this knight on h3? Could I not get this f4 square? Oh, I don't think I want to castle on the king side though. In fact, queen d7 would have been more to the point when they're hitting h3. And then bishop b5, c6, dc. The d6 is weak. Okay, maybe I did it the right way. Queen d7 delayed to go to h3. Oh, e4 is hanging there. Okay, e4 is still hanging here. f4 is still weak now. Knight h5 to f4. h3 is still weak. I don't know if c5, there's a rook left here to try and make me on the a file, potentially. I don't know if I should factor this in. Rook d3, a3. How exactly? How to not be mated here. Okay, interesting. My king was over here. Very good. Evacuation plan. Okay, don't know. Oh, I don't know. I can't see how to evacuate her. Huh. I'll try this. Actually, king c8, knight b8. I'll try this. Defense with knight b8. I can't get the other. I get the other knight protecting b8. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. This was exactly my evil plan from the opening, just to have this position with the knights trying to fend off the checkmate here attack. My king could start walking if I shuffled sliding block puzzles now. If I move this sliding block puzzles, I can move that, which I can move that, go there, I can go here. I don't know if you've ever played sliding block puzzles. Yeah, it's a useful skill. Okay, I just need to sort of get my king over here. Yeah, on g8. Yeah, if I had my king on g8, oh, he's got rook takes b8 check. Hang on, he's got a pin there. That's not happening, is it? He's got rook takes b8 check as soon as my king's on e8. Oh, crikey, this is going to get painful, isn't it? Okay, is there a safer way of sliding block puzzles meets chess here? I'm going to lose that knight, whatever happens. Okay. Bishop takes, he can win a knight. I think he wants my king. I thought he wanted my king though. So this is, I've been let off. I thought he wanted my king. I can take on d5 here to protect b7. There's quite a few pawns there. There's a check to win the bishop. Immediately threatens. King c6. Yeah, queen e8. Oh, rook d7. Maybe it's not so dumb. King c6 might not be entirely dumb. Queen a4, b5. Oh no, that's not possible. Alright, I still need to work on king safety here, I think. I could take on f3, getting another pawn. Super pawn greed. Protects d1 though. Okay, so I've got a few issues. If I play for king e6 here, for king f7, if my king was on f7, nope, it's not allowing my king to move. Okay, c6 with queen d5. Get the king out of the way now. Oh, there's queen e4, hold on. I don't mind the ending. I've got a load of pawns here from my previous grade. I'm usually the one without any pawns in endings, but here it seems remarkably as I've got all the pawns in the world. Pawns everywhere. Let's give me a piece back. Okay. Pawns need to be pushed, someone said. Was it Mason? Was it me? I looked at Bird Mason recently. First brilliancy prize, something like 18th century, 1879. Anyway, so thanks, Cobra. Okay. Alaba. That was exciting. Alaba. Okay, the first brilliancy prize had this queen sacrifice, but I put it through engine. It was actually on sound. It was in this United States tournament. It was the first official brilliancy prize. I don't think anyone's actually covered it yet on YouTube, but I understand why. It's not that sound, but I still think it's worth covering because it is, like, historically the first brilliancy prize. So I've been looking at games of Steinitz against Bird recently. Funny enough, they're quite amusing. They had this match, quite a long match, at some point. I think it was after Morphy retired, but some of the games are quite amusing. So anyway, going off on tangents here. Yeah, let's see. Okay, let's 5 seconds. Otherwise, I'll go on the next game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's go on to the next game. Killer move. Will I play the killer move? My opponent. Okay, this is sharp stuff. That seems out of place in this position. It really does seem out of place to me. Oh, was it to stop Bishop G5? Okay. I just thought development was key. Yeah. This check and this check, I guess they don't do anything. I guess knight e5 doesn't do anything. Bishop e7, check. Alright, maybe I should just play a normal move here and just castle. Bishop e3 looks, or d5. d5 looks fun. If it takes, this diagonal looks dangerous. Otherwise, rook b1, c4, bishop b2. Okay, this looks okay. I'm coping with any bishop g4 here with this modest bishop e2 in advance. This is a nice gambit, I think. Queen c3. Oh, that's not what happened then. Rook b1's not going to happen, but is he going to take this c3 pawn or not? Oh, there's d6 there. Rook d8. Okay, d6 there. Let's protect this then. And c4. And then what? Maybe here. Although I think he's got a good attacking position. Which I can't really do anything about. This piece is scene coordinated. I can't do anything about this. If there's some sort of attack brewing, could be trouble here. My pieces seem a bit passive, but okay, I want to try and shake that off as well, this idea of passivity. It's good sometimes to not think too much like that. I think there are opportunities. Queen b5 to c6. Bishop f1. f3 seems a bit vulnerable on bishop f1. Say knight e5 takes g3. Maybe knight d2 here. He's going to do Lasco against Boyer in reverse. If I do knight d2, you can sacrifice both bishops or something. Knight d2. I'm hoping I can get away with it. Oh, crikey. Alright, he hasn't sacrificed both bishops, so let's just go knight f1 then. Unpin here. There's anything else naughty going on. Oh, there's bishop e4. If he wants to probe some weaknesses out of me, bishop e4. Don't really want to play f3. Getting rid of one pair of bishops. Okay. AB leaves a backward pawn at least. H2, I'm not getting mated yet, it seems. Can I just get the queens off and work on the backward b pawn? That's really what I want to do. Get the queens off here to work on the backward b pawn. Structure's not going to matter if I get mated, but it matters more. He's welcome that exchange of queens. It matters more in that case. The backward b pawn's the long-term plan. I can double and protect e3 here. Maybe f4 later. f4 here. Might be. This is going to use that g file. What if I just welcome f4 and just move the bishop back? Maybe just rook b3, f4, bishop d2, rook e2. Don't know. I think there's something to have. Don't know. Alright, I don't want to lose too much time over this. If I play rook e1, he's got f3, but he gives me the e3 square. If I get all the rooks off, my c4 is weak to knight e5. This does seem passive. If I played king g2, it's maybe g4. This does seem pretty passive. Okay. Again, I'm going to try and reduce that negativity. Just think there might be opportunities here. Rook b3, exchange sack. Bishop d4 is coming in there. Can I exchange off this bishop before bishop d4? Okay, I welcome that. f3 I can take. Okay, I'm not yet losing the knight. Okay, I think he's just lost the rook in a diabolical manner. If you're feeling negative, I think you've always got to think you've got resources available, even in a passive position. I mean, I'm recognizing negativity is, I don't know, something interesting as well. So, okay, Fang's killer move. I was passive for most of the game there. Well played. Old Shaky. I was very passive for most of the game there. Okay. So, you win the aggressive game of the day award. Thanks. No, so that also goes to Kramnik student number 1. That was number 2. Yeah. Okay. All right. So 5 seconds. Otherwise, I'm moving on to the next challenge. 1 elephant, 2 elephants, 3 elephant, 4 elephant, 5 elephant. Okay. Going on to the next game. Okay. Try French, I think. Try and play aggressively, even though it could backfire. There is an aggressive idea in the exchange French of castling queenside. It can backfire, c3, b4 stuff. But go with it for a moment. Okay. Given he's done that, I can try and weaken him on the old light squares. So he's not committing to castling kingside yet. This opposite side castling to try and infuse some interest into the game as well as trying for a win. Okay, both sides castling. Okay, both sides castle queenside. Knight a5 though. Oh, maybe knight a5 I should have considered. I'll take this off before bishop b5 happens. Take the queens off here. I think I might be slightly better if the queens came off. So the one shared file. If I played b6, is there a tactical disaster? I can't see it. I'm going to play king b7. c4 looks vulnerable. I can get to play knight a5 to c4. If I took on e5, would I get anything there? I'm not entirely sure. I could just evict the knight with f6 and go back to this knight a5 c4 plan after. I think I'll do that instead. And knight f7. Knight f7 could be a pain. Alright, let's just take it off then. Almost queen c6 for knight d4 check. It has to be borne in mind. Queen e6, maybe. And I could still, at least I'm depriving knight g5, queen e6 with this plan, knight a5 to c4, b3, maybe I could take on e3 after. No, he's always got knight d4 anytime I move the knight, the knight's got to stay there. Right, f6 to deprive the e5 square. Oh, he's just going to get g7 anyway. As an example, so it looks, if I want to just hold the squares for a moment, f6 is the way to do it. Just hold the squares for a moment. Can I surround this pawn with rook d6? Oh, there's g4. No, that's queen f4 check. I stop g4 with h5. That might be an idea. So rook d6 without g4. Engulf this pawn or not. Going into a pin at the end of the day. Okay. Queen d6, maybe. Well, queen. This provides like f5 support. I'm protecting e8. Knight f5, protecting e8 to quickly unpin. I lose d5. Hold on. What about d4 instead? There might be a tactic. Or maybe c5 after knight d4, c5. Oh. That's g4 here. Hold on. Alright, g4 knight. Not knight a5. g4 is weakening g4 though. And queen e6, get the queens off. Nope. Queen e7. Just be able to take on c3 after. Alright, queen e7. Or queen c8 and take on c3, take on f5. And this g4 is going to be weak if he took on d4 here. So it lets me take on c3 and take on f5. Okay, so knight d6 now. And get back to the squares, light squares. He's going to take with the pawn. Alright, what about knight e4 instead? Or just, okay, let's not spend too long on it. Maybe queen e4. That was what we want. But no, knight d4. I don't know if I've got c5 there. Knight d4, c5. Well, let's hold that again then. What about just queen d5? Queen d5? Looks pleasant enough. Pawn up. Rook on the 7th. Stop king c4. Rook a2. Well, ooh, that was intense. It's really intense. Something happened this week, by the way. I don't know. I think my chess personality has got a bit more serious. Something happened this week I think I should tell you about. Oh, there's a very strong challenge here. I was going to tell you about it, but there's a very strong challenge here. If I tell you about it, unfortunately, it's going to compromise this game. I'm going to have to tell you about it. But this is a 3-minute challenge instead, because I'm supposed to be finishing in like 4 minutes. Can I just tell you about what happened during the week? I think it's more instructive than this other game. I played a grandmaster over the board during the week, and basically, the end result, I think it has influenced me a bit, because I did have compensation, but it's like I couldn't believe that I had compensation. I couldn't work on to find the most clinical moves. There's a video about it on my channel, and I had this move which I could have got access to e6, and I'm thinking, I've actually got to treat it more seriously about this downside thing, not just like a joke, but as though there's going to be a lot of work involved to prove a point, even about a square. If you want to play like a grandmaster, you got to like do the work to prove a downside. And I'm thinking, shit, this is the road to becoming a professional, chess assassin. You've actually got to believe in it. You've got to work at it. You've got to believe there is this lottery ticket available to find this weakness, because they're not all seeing. I have this kind of attitude that it's there, but you've got to believe in it. You've got to work at it. If you play it over the board against a very strong player, that you can't assume that they're all seeing. I think I feel a bit more serious about trying to work on downsides now. So yeah. Does anyone want a bullet game to finish off? Is there any bullet game? Does anyone want a bullet game? 1 minute. Yeah. James Harden. Okay. Let's play this bullet game. Okay. If he's available. Nope, I don't think we're going to have time for this bullet game. Okay, let me just show you that final screen. If you want to play me in on the streamers, check this out. 15% off. There's a voucher code. Other streamers got voucher codes as well. So yeah, Kingscrusher, 15% off, and you can play all the streamers and get access to all the features on the site. So check that out. Oh, hang on, we've got a game. I'm going to lose on time, aren't I? Okay, we've got a game. Let's go back to that scene. Great, I'm a few seconds down on the clock now. Thanks. Which is pretty crucial in bullet chess. Can I do some pre-moves at some point? You need to be able to do the pre-moves in bullet chess to get a few seconds back sometimes. Get away, bishop. Rook g3. e6. Okay, I'll take that. If I keep this bishop locked up. Is e6 any good? Or maybe try and break through her. Rook e7 or the check. Both. Uh-oh. Oh, this time is a big factor in bullet. Oh, well played though, well played. Okay, alright, thanks. Yeah. Okay. Alright, thanks, yeah. Okay. See you next week then. Cheers then. Okay. Thanks so much. Hope you enjoyed the show. 1 fun, 10 boring, yeah. Whew, roller coaster. Alright, if you want to vote. Otherwise, see you next week. Cheers then. Have a good rest of the day and week. Thanks so much.